What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in. It's Sunday night. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know why we tune in tonight. I'm your boy JB, the host of the Black and Gold Show, the host of the Bama State Recap Show, and you are tuned in live to the Transfer Portal Update Part 3. Now, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago when I did the Part 2 show that I was going to come back with Part 3 after the portal has closed. So, I think the portal closed about 48 hours ago, but who's counting? Now, thanks for joining. Make sure you guys do these three things. First of all, do these three things I ask you to do each and every week. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share this to your people. Yes, indeed, man. Thanks, everybody, for all the support like you guys do each and every week, each and every time I come in. Shouts out to my guy, Conley Smoot, man. What's up with you, brother? Big blessings to you and your family. Thanks, everybody who's tuned in, who stays locked in with your boy. For all your Bama State content, y'all know what I say. I'm your guy. So, it's no different. It's the off season. But, as a wise man once said, football season never ends. So now that we're in the off season of on the field play, we are right in the midst of all the madness. Transfer portal is closed. So if you didn't get to a school, well, let me take that back. Let me bag up for a second. If you didn't get in the portal, then you're going to not be able to go in the portal. But if you're outside of if you're in the portal right now, you can still get picked up, right? It's not over. Meaning all the players, I think it was about 9,000 in the portal. I want to say maybe 3,000 still in the portal, but I could be wrong on those numbers. But it's a lot of kids still in the portal. And I'm going to go ahead and give y'all just a little spoiler, right? We may or may not have some guys who were on the 2025 Bama State team, some big key pieces that's still in the portal. They may come home. They may come home. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We still have some room to fill this roster out, right? But on this show tonight, I'm going to highlight the guys that we signed from the transfer portal period. We got new faces, new Hornets. Then I'm going to introduce you to those guys tonight on this show. But before we do that, let's hit the sponsors. Of course, we're sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. Bringing in the 2026 new year, get you a new Benz if you're in the market for one. It's tax season. Fellas, put your tax refund down on a new Benz for the latest. Yes, indeed. Go ahead and do that. It ain't called tricking if you got it. And if some of y'all got it, y'all know what to do with it. But anyway, this is the sponsor for the whole entire Sports Talking with JB podcast network. Go visit the website at jackingrammercedes.com. Also, we are sponsored by none other than the Yard Apparel brand. Shouts out to my guy, Demetrius Mickles. Go get you some gear, man. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Some of the best gear out there, especially for the HBCU, especially for the Bama State gear. I mean, it's tried and true. I got a lot of gear in my closet. You need to get you some gear for the upcoming season. The YardApparelBrand.com is where it's at. And this is one of the big supporters of the podcast show, too. So shouts out to my guy, Demetrius Mickles. Shouts out to the chat as well, man. Thank y'all for joining tonight. This is a special show, another special. Like I mentioned, I will keep giving y'all. My guy, Dave C. Swat Fan 100, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you for joining. Sanquinetta, appreciate you. Y'all hit us up in the chat tonight, man. We here to talk about the new Hornets. Also got a few things I want to throw out there for the audience. Moving in, we right here in January, moving into February. It's a lot of things that's going on that needs to be talked about. But also, let me see. Let me put this out there. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. Now, before we get into the portal update, and we get into the new Hornets that signed to Bama State, like I mentioned, We may have some key pieces coming back. You know, I don't want to put it all out there. Let me put it on the big screen. I don't want to put it all out there tonight, but just wait for some announcements. And that's word on the streets, right? I got that from the streets. But in all honesty, I just don't want to give it all out. I'm going to let Alabama State and I'm going to let the players announce themselves what they're doing. So when you hear all that, just know JB already gave you, you know, just a little something to look forward to, man. I ain't going to give you too much. But all in all, it's going to be a great show tonight. Bama State is still one of the most talked about HBCUs. I mean, football. We even got flag football. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But before I move on, I would not be remiss if I didn't talk about the 2026 class, the Black College Football Hall of Fame class. And we have 2 Bama State coaches in this Hall of Fame class. Of course, none other than head coach Eddie Robinson Jr., class of 2026 inductee, man, to the Black College Football Hall of Fame. I mean, this right here is not a surprise at all. Not a surprise at all, man. E-Rob, I mean, what more can you say? And shouts out to Coach Eddie Robinson, man. He was on my show this past season. Great guy, great coach. Going into his 5th season, coaching the Hornets, his alma mater, where he was great in college, walked on to Bama State, and made it all the way to the NFL and had a great year. So, of course, he's a Hall of Famer, man. And also, yeah, he definitely deserves it. He should have been in there. Should have been in there. So, but also, let's talk about Tyrone Poole, ladies and gentlemen, who is the head coach of the women's flag football team. Hall of Famer, man. Fort Valley State, great. Straight out of LaGrange, Georgia, man. Tyrone Poole in the Hall of Fame for the 2026 class. And he was a dog back in his playing days. As you guys know, NFL player, also played about 10 seasons in the NFL with the Carolina Panthers. One of the first Carolina Panthers drafted to the inaugural team, expansion team. And he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion with Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots back in those early Super Bowl days. So shouts out to Coach Tyrone Poole. Had a great conversation with him this past Friday, man. So this is my guy as well, man. Congratulations to both of those guys for this big achievement. And I think the whole ceremony will be going down. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to do this in New Orleans during the Legacy Bowl. I think they're going to announce this, like give them. I'm not sure when it's going to be, but I'm thinking it's going to be in New Orleans next month in February at the Legacy Bowl. And yes, I will be there. I plan on being there. So this is a great class right here. You see Jimmy Smith in there as well, man. Shouts out to Steve Weiss, who is a great commentator that does a lot for the HBCU and the SWAC network. So that's a great class right there, man. You know, and for Bama State to have 2 coaches in this class is big. Now, I know I mentioned flag football. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out there, man. This is some breaking news, kind of, sort of. But me and a good friend, Jocelyn Thomas, who's been on this platform a number of times, she covers women's sports. We will be teaming up to cover the 2026 women's flag football team this season. So we'll be giving y'all a weekly show. We'll be giving you guys updates, exclusive interviews, and a exclusive interview with Coach Poole coming up real soon. But if you have anybody, any girls, 11th, 12th grade students, bring them to this camp, man. Alabama State flag football camp, February 15th. It's coming up real soon. It's going to be at ASU Stadium, and the time is from noon to 3. And you can actually sign up. You can actually email Coach Poole, by the way. Let me get this out the way so y'all can see it. but it's right there. That's his email, tpool2483@alasu.edu. So email Coach Pool, get signed up, get your daughters, your nieces, your cousins, get them signed up. Let them come out here and learn the basics of flag football, or if they are already good, they can learn to be great. And by the way, this is a big recruiting thing. So Coach Poole will be recruiting at this flag football camp. So make sure y'all come on down, get your family in there, get them involved for sure. And that's what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. Had to put that out there. So be expecting flag football content. And shouts out to this young lady, man, Kilolo Westerland. She is on the flag football team, and she was on Team USA, and great write-up from the NCAA. They just passed, I think on Thursday, this past Thursday, they passed the rule that not Alabama State, but women's flag football as a sport is official now. So all schools can have women's flag football as a legit D1 sport. And Alabama State was the first Division I flag football team. That's history right there. That's history. So that's what you can't take that from us. Big Bama State doing big things. Now, also doing big things. Make sure y'all tap in on the weekend of January 30th through 31st, the basketball alumni weekend. We're playing Bethune-Cookman. Make sure y'all come out here and support. They're going to bring a lot of players back. Most definitely some pioneers, man, for sure. But make sure y'all tap in with the basketball team. I said I was going to cover basketball. It's so much going on with football. I haven't had time. So I apologize to that, man. I apologize. But I will be going to some games, and I will be giving you guys some updates here and there. Shouts out to Cable, man. Had a great conversation with him as well on Friday. Shouts out to AD Dr. Cable, man. He's doing great things for sure. Let's see. All right, so one more thing before we get into the new Hornets. Big shout out to the offensive staff of the year, man, from the AFCA, the Coaches Association. They recognize the Alabama State offensive staff as the staff of the year. And everybody know that the Hornets put up 41 points a game. They know this staff was incredible, and I'm glad they got this recognition. You know, shout out to all the coaches there, man. We got some changes on staff. I'm not going to get into that, but we do have a new offensive coordinator, and we're going to get into that once they start announcing some things. But, I mean, this was very, very much deserved right here for Alabama State. Once again, man, shouts out to those guys for the incredible season for 2025. All right, so with all that being said, I know I just gave y'all a lot. Appreciate y'all for taking it in. Also, let me prop myself up just a minute. I will be attending all media events, and I will be covering for the third consecutive year the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. It used to be called the Reese's Senior Bowl. Now it's the Panini Senior Bowl. And yes, I will be giving you guys exclusive content, exclusive interviews, preview shows, recap shows. I'll probably do a show every day of the week next week. The Senior Bowl starts. The content will start next Monday on the 26th, and the game is on the 31st. So the whole week of the 26th, you will be getting content from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, live on location. That's where I will be. So make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in with me for all the Senior Bowl content. And I plan to do this at the Legacy Bowl as well. Just waiting for my credentials. All right. So, yes, sir, man. Shouts out to the staff, the players for locking in. Conley Smooth. There you go right there, man. And a proven new SWAC offensive coordinator. Yes, we do. Yes. So we definitely locked in, man. Definitely locked in. So before we get into talking about these new players, we sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. Got to pay some bills, so y'all check this out, and we'll be right back. And I'm going to talk about all the players we signed in this recruiting cycle, transfer portal cycle. So I'll be right back. Y'all tap in for this.
Sports Talking with JB is sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, since 1959 serving the greater Montgomery area, from C classes to GLEs, and everything in between. Visit them at 217 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Come test drive a new Benz today. At Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz, it's time to love what you drive.
Yes, sir. We are back, man. So shouts out to the sponsor once again, Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. And let's get into it, man. So we got new Hornets out the transfer portal. And I want to just put a little spotlight on these guys and let you guys know just a little bit about the players we got. I'm excited about them. I did a little bit of research on them. And on social media, man, follow these kids. I plan on having some interviews coming up. Probably going to wait, though, until we get closer to the season, maybe in the spring or the summer. Bring some guys on the platform and interview them, let you guys know them. But for now, let's start this thing off like this. All right, so this is in no kind of order. I'm just going to put the graphic up, and we're going to talk about the player. This is Mitchell Robinson Jr., linebacker from Robert Morris University, transfer, 6'1", 220 pounds. Last season, he had 85 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 pass breakups. I'm very excited about this kid right here, man. I think he's a plug-and-play player. I think he's going to come in, and I think he's going to play. And yes, he is a dog. Next, all SWAT linebacker right here. Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape. And I think we need him, right? It was a need because we lost linebackers. Shouts out Jaleel Lenore. He'll be at the Legacy Bowl. Shouts out to Rudy. We lost some linebackers, so we had to get some. It was a need. And we do have guys that were already on the team who I expect to step up. I love Miles Richardson. He's one of my favorites. But Mitchell Robinson Jr., man, I'm very excited about this kid right here. Another kid I'm excited about, and I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I'm going to try to go through them fairly quickly. Makai Blue. Now, this is a big guy. Offensive lineman from Texas Rio Grande Valley. I said that backwards. 6'7", 320 pounds. He's got 4 years of eligibility left. And when you talking about a big boy on that O-line, this was a need right here, man. As you guys know, man, Jeremiah Frazier's moving on, man. Big Cam Smith. Those two guys will probably go play in the NFL. So we needed to fill some voids, right? And this right here was a big need and a big pickup right here, man. Like I say, he got 4 years of eligibility, so he's young. Get Coach Carr. I want to see what Coach Carr can do with him, right? I want to see what Coach Carr can do with him. I'm going to be watching him closely and see what we get out this kid right here, man. I'm very excited for him. All right, next up, what we got? Okay, we got Trent Henry. Now, he's a DB from Troy, transfer from Troy, 5'11", 195 pounds. He's played 2 years at Grambling and 2 years at Troy. 41 tackles, 3 interceptions, 5 pass breakups in his career. Now, he's definitely a guy who will come down. He'll come down and hit. I saw some highlights on him. Some aggressive players in the secondary was a need. As you see right there, shouts out to Kilpatrick in the chat. And Kilpatrick knows he's been looking up these guys every time we get a guy that signed. He goes do his homework as well. So Kilpatrick know what he talking about in the chat for sure. But shouts out to Trent Henry, man, from Troy. A guy who didn't really get a lot of PT, but when he was out there, he did some damage. Now, I expect him to come right on in at Bama State, fit right on in, and make a difference back there, because we do need some tough physical DBs for sure. Speaking of tough and physical, this is another one right here, man. Jace McDonald. He's a safety from Minot State University, 5'10", 200 pounds, and he's a physical safety that'll come up and hit as well. 61 tackles, 5 pass breakups, 2 forced fumble recoveries, and he has 2 years of eligibility left. Now, this is going to be another kid, man. I expect when I see him on the field to be coming up, doing some run blitzes and whatnot. Great pickup right there, man. Kid is from, I think he's from Gainesville, Florida. On the graphic, is that what it says? So, another Florida boy right there. Shouts out to X Hornet in the chat for chiming in. Shouts out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We talking about the new Hornets at Bama State, man, that we got from the transfer portal. All right, what we got next? Oh, this is my guy right here. Trying to pull him up. There we go. All right. Zach Williams. Now, he's a defensive back transferred from University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. He's coming in 6'1", 170, 63 tackles, 5 pass breakups, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 interceptions during his time with the Golden Lions. Former walk-on, and he's a 2-year starter. So he walked on at UAPB, and he started for 2 years. So that's telling you he has the goods right there. Anytime you can get a walk-on to come in and work for a position, start on a team, yeah, you got a good player right there. So Zach Williams, man, shouts out to you. Glad you chose to be a Bama State Hornet. Now, some of these kids, a lot of these kids had a lot of offers from a lot of SWAC team and other teams. So I'm glad he chose to come to Bama State. Still feel some type of way how Zach hit Creech. Oh, yeah, he did hit. Yeah. Oh, he was the one that hit Creech. I remember that. Yeah. But, hey, that's what I'm saying. We need that type of intensity. We need that physicality at Bama State. So he's going to fit right in with the Swarm D for sure. All right, so who we got next? All right, we got Dylan Horn. Now, he's an edge rusher from Tusculum University, 6'3", 240. He had 30 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks last season. 3 years of eligibility left. So I expect him to come in and compete. We need a guy to come off the edge, right? We've been lacking pass rush, I believe, since Traquan Thomas 2 years ago. We need some guys come off the edge that can get us sacks, right? It's one thing to rush the quarterback and put pressure on him, rush him out of the pocket, but we need to finish. We need to get him on the ground, right? So hopefully we can get some guys to come in and get some sacks and shore up that edge rush position. So I'm going to be looking closely at Dylan Horn as well. Who we got next? This is Rashad Watson. Now, he's a linebacker from Tusculum University, the teammate of Dylan Horn, 6 foot, 215 pounds. His stats from last year in 10 games, he had 125 total tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 3 pass breakups. So that's a lot of production right there in 10 games for Mr. Rashad Watson, man, linebacker. So another linebacker coming in, hopefully, some depth at that position and some guys who can compete for some playing time. That's what we're looking for, man. We still got spring camp, right? We still got the summer. So we still, technically, we got 8 months to see what these guys can do. But I'm glad we got them in. Hey, Smoot said that linebacker's a thumper. If Smoot said, I'm going to co-sign it. Yes, sir. Shouts out to y'all, the Apparel brand. Make sure y'all Give us a thumbs up in the chat, man. Hit that like button. And shouts out to my guy, Demetrius Mickles. All right. Who else we got? We got a few more. Jordan Brown. Now, this is a tight end from Kilgore College, JUCO. 6'4", 250 pounds. Only 3 catches for 61 yards last year. But this is a big kid. We have some tight ends on the roster. Not sure who all has eligibility left. I'm still trying to find out about our tight end room. But this is a great addition, right? He's got the size. So I'm looking at this kid like, man, 6'4", 250. Yeah. Let's get him in camp. Let's see what he can do. And I'm glad he chose to come to Bama State. All right. Let's get to some offensive guys. Jerice Howard, running back from Lincoln University, Missouri, 6'1", 220. This is a big-time running back right here. Big-time pickup right here. He's a dog. Kilpatrick will tell you he is a dog. I think Jerice Howard will be fighting for some playing time. Shouts out to Coach Lou because he got that 3-3-4 stable intact. He already told me we locked in and ready to go at the running back position. But this is one of the guys that he chose in the portal. Jerice Howard, man, like I say, 6'1", 220. Last 2 seasons, he played 22 games, 200 carries, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. All right. Kilpatrick say he runs reckless and looks for contact. He's a big body. You know, we lost Marcus Harris the second in the portal. This may be another Marcus Harris right here. You know what I'm saying? As far as the physicality, big back. You know, we need that. You know. Hey, the tight end can't. Yeah, for sure. Quarterback best friend. You can never have too many tight ends because they can also block as well. So I like that. Shouts out to Aunt Lou, man. In the chat, what's going on with your Aunt Lou? All right, so we got a few more. TJ Ramsey. This is my guy right here. I like TJ Ramsey. He's a running back / wide receiver, but I think they got him listed at running back right here from Aurora University, 5'10", 180 pounds. Now, he was first team all-conference at running back, second team all-conference at kick returner. He runs a 4.3 40-yard dash, 22 touchdowns, 1,168 rushing yards, 380 receiving yards, and no fumbles. He prides himself on that no fumble. So that's good production right there, man. Division III school, if I'm not mistaken, could be D2. But just to have him come in there, he runs a 4.3, so he's a speedster, right? Let's get him out there, see what he can do. Let's get him in space. You know, maybe we can use him as a scat back. We can use him to catch passes out the backfield or a returner. So, you know, he does it all for sure. And you need a guy like that. You need a guy like that. So he was definitely a need, and I'm glad he's at Bama State. Speaking of a need, right? You need wide receivers. You guys know we lost our top 4 wide receivers. We lost them, right? So here's a guy, Izzy Tate. He comes in also from Lincoln University in Missouri, 6'2", 185 pounds. Last 2 seasons, he played 19 games, 51 receptions, 600 yards, and a touchdown. But I saw his highlights. This guy knows how to get open, run some good routes. I just want to see him get out there with the Hornets in their uniform, and let's see what he can do on the field, right? Because we need wide receivers. So you guys know any wide receiver we can get, they're going to compete. They're going to compete for playing time. So this is a guy who was locked in. I actually spoke to him briefly during the transfer period. Asked him how his visit went. He said it went great. And he's glad to be at Bama State. So he definitely told me that. Shouts out to you, Izzy Tate. Now, this last kid right here, last but not least, quarterback, Landon Vassell. He comes from Cisco College. This is a JUCO, 6'2", 200 pounds. He played 18 games. He split reps for 9 of those games. So he had 9 games by himself where he played. But in those 18 games he played, 3,000 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns, 63% completion percentage, 5 rushing touchdowns. And he was trained and mentored by former NFL quarterback Sean Salisbury. Some of you guys, if you're old enough, remember Sean Salisbury played for the Minnesota Vikings. And he was also on ESPN, Sports Center, and Countdown and things like that. He did some media work. He still does media work. And I plan to have a conversation with Sean Salisbury on this network real soon. So y'all stay tuned for that. But this is his guy. He told me he trained this kid since he was a sophomore. And he said this kid has the goods. Coming from the JUCO, got his first D1 offer for Bama State, and he locked in with Big Bama State. Now, here's a picture of him right here on his visit, right there with the offensive staff. You see him right there with that number 2 on. So, hey, we needed another quarterback to come in, right? You know, we lost some quarterbacks in the portal, but like we say, I mean, then we have a young quarterback in Aaron Fry, freshman coming in. But this kid does have some JUCO experience. I want to see what he looks like on the field. I want to see it up close and personal. So there you go right there, Landon Vassell. Now, he could be a project, but we needed him in the quarterback room. We needed him in the quarterback room. So I'm glad he's here at Bama State, and you will probably be getting more information on him as the year goes on. So that's all I got for you guys, man. That's 12 guys that's 12 guys that we signed from the portal. Now, let me go ahead and put this out there once again for anybody who was late coming on the show. Let me go back to the mother screen. All right. So we still have guys in the portal who have not committed to teams. Bunch of our guys have committed, but it's a few guys out there who hadn't committed yet. They may come back to Bama State. I'm just going to put that out there. So, just be waiting on some announcements to come up in the upcoming week, possibly. But we have some key players that may be coming back to Big Bama State. I just want to put that out there for everybody who want to know. I heard it from the streets. And sometimes the streets could be your best source. Now, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And once again, congratulations to the Hall of Fame class of 2026, Black College Football Hall of Fame class of 2026, man. Coach Eddie Robinson, man. Coach Tyrone Poole, our football coaches, flag coach, the men's coach, going into the Hall of Fame. And that's what all I got for you guys, man. Now, if any breaking news may come up, I'll be here for it. You guys can tap in. That's why you need to hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button so you can stay locked in with me in all things Bama State. Also, Senior Bowl week is coming up. Not this week, but next week, January 26th, starts that Monday with the press conference. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is practices, media events, and the game is on Saturday, January 31st in Mobile. I will be there covering all the media events for the week for the Senior Bowl. So that's what I do, man. It's my 3rd year doing that. I feel good about it. Also, Legacy Bowl was coming up in New Orleans in a few weeks, probably about 4 weeks is coming up. So I expect to be there as well. But with all that being said, man, I thank you guys for joining tonight. Not going to hold y'all. I know it's still some NFL football going on, and a lot of people probably be watching that. But if you're watching the replay, hit the like button. As soon as you come in here, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and share this to your people. I don't know when the next show will be. That's why you need to stay tuned in. I'm your boy, JB. Thank you guys once again for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and y'all have a good night.